Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, 7th of June 2024. And as you see, my topic is why is there so little response to good things, and why is there such a mass of people eager to, you know, to awareness of evil stuff. Okay. It is easier, as I put in my subscript, it's easier to criticize and to moan and to complain, etc., because everybody's ready to complain. But very few are eager to put the shoulder to the wheel and do some work and try to change and create solutions. The reason for that is some people have this attitude that if they are not part of the existence of good or a plan that is practical, they're not interested because they have not been consulted or they are not part of it, etc. So they don't want to give credit to other people that do the work because they don't want to be part of accrediting somebody else that have done the work. They want to be part of that accreditation. So they withhold themselves. We call it marginalization. You make as if that didn't happen. You make as if it's not real because not that it's not in your interest, but it's not in your personal interest in terms of your own ego. That's the bottom line. So we don't really support other people who create good easily, but we do support or talk about things where other people complain. Because complaining is very easy. You can sit back and be an armchair critic and have long discussions. And one finds, for instance, in your common kind of conversations, you find that this one will say, the problem is, and the other one say, I don't know what the problem is. The moment somebody in the company says, now this is the solution, you'll find that people say, man, I'm so busy now, I need to, I have to leave now. And that is because the person doesn't want to be committed to do something. Work is to do work is a divine mercy. It's a divine test. To complain about what isn't is a satanic kind of thing. Because the Creator tells us in the Quran that we mustn't publicize the evil of other people. Because the more we publicize it, the more strength we give it. And the more we ignore the evil and do the good, the more the good vibrations will move and will help everybody. So it's understandable then that from the Quranic information that if one follows the masses, they will lead you astray. Because the masses is interested in moaning. So there's a question in the Quran, lesson, is the one who moans the same as the one who follows the path of power? And that is a major difference. The question that Allah asks in the Quran, is the one who moans the same as the one who follows the path of power? Which is really the straight road to success. Right? There's a major difference between the two. So most of your conferences and your symposiums and all of that, they're more about talks, what they call it, talk shows, all the talk shows, etc. Is actually that kind of culture, moaning, and giving it a new title. Are you with me? Moaning is like a business. It makes money in actual fact because some people also so silly they'll sponsor those things, they will put money into it. Some of them with the purpose of wanting to be known because they are so busy with their business they can't do anything and they don't have their titles like professor and doctor. So they just support, oh, okay, now they're also onto the platform. But solutions is not easily supported because if you have solutions, then people can't play political games. They can't get followers in terms of their particular identification of the problem. And if they put that problem to the funder will feel, yes, it's a problem. I need to put my money in there. But they're tricking the people. I was part of an international so-called, educational body. And I figured out there's two people that are making money out of somebody who's rich, and they're trying to rope in other people to give them titles, but they're not giving them money. And when I presented the solution, they said to me, but you're giving the solution to all the problems. I said, so what do you want? They said, but no, we don't want to do it that way. We want to do it this way. And so I thought to myself, they're not interested in solutions. They're interested in playing the game to make money for themselves, especially after they retire from their particular professorship, etc., etc. So it's obviously it's a selfish kind of ego thing, not to support the good and to rather just go with the crowd and speak about the evil and call it awareness. It's a sad situation, but I mean, you don't have to concentrate on it. Just work, continuously work. I want to read you a poem that I wrote on marginalized. Marginalizing is people who know you're doing something good, but they make as if it doesn't exist. And then it gives you a kind of an indication on what a marginalizer is. In other words, putting you on the margin, not taking notice of you, not central feature. So marginalizers in my book on holistic curriculum related reflections gives the kind of crisp kind of information. What is a marginalizer? And what the impact is of a marginalizer. So let me quickly see. I see in my content sheet, I actually missed out on the actual content sheet for marginalizers. So let me see if I can find it quickly. So that we can. So don't think that you cannot ask me any questions. It's like there is this opportunity to ask questions. You can type it in, and I will answer your questions, inshallah. The marginalizers is in page 95. It is there. It's actually under T, and not marginalizers. The marginalizers. Am I correct? No, I haven't got it in the content sheet. Okay, so I need to put it in the content sheet. The marginalizers, page 95. So I'm going to read it to you now from my book. Okay, the marginalizers. They have a need to hide when their false foundations slide. Giving credit to creative work is for them like their hearts are forked. Envy is their entry into the dark scheme, never ending. Arrogance made them blind to see the truthful sign that would benefit their lifeline. They roll their eyes. They have sighs when somebody proposes a new plan they were not part of. It stand. They are just a nuisance factor in the great plan that matter. For all they do is scatter their inner potential platter that offers them real substance in true remembrance. And I've got it in, obviously, in capital letter remembrance. It was just like the zikr, remembering Allah in goodness. To marginalize is a hindrance to personal growth. That's a very important point. To marginalize is a hindrance to personal growth, to the personal growth of the marginalizer, not the personal growth of the person who's creator. To marginalize is a hindrance to personal growth and sustenance from the one who guides, who wishes for us no slides into that which hides the spiritual insight. So effectively, I'm saying that to marginalize good things and make it if it doesn't happen and then continue, what you're doing in terms of making the problem, bigger than the solution, whatever, is the evil side. The good side is to support that which is good. And one must remember, the quality of any good work, it comes from Allah. It comes from the Creator. And when you support it, you are actually making it happen. So if people will want to support it, it means they're not interested in making it happen. So what we are saying effectively is if one does not acknowledge that which is good, then you basically are trapping yourself, not the person who's created, because you have other people that support him or her, whatever the case might be. So it's a lower self attitude not to support that which is good, because it good comes from Allah, and it's a lower self that to support evil, make it public, make it more than what it is. In actual fact, is assisting the shaitan to put fear in people's minds, or doubt in people's mind, or break people's motivation to do something. If you constantly are negative, you're affecting other people. But if you're positive, you're building people up. And there will always be people who will support you. I mean, I have some people who are majorly supportive. And there are people who are marginalizers. They know what I'm doing is good, but they're not going to entertain it. They're not going to invite anything because they're busy with making money out of the problem. There was a symposium, and I asked for a square meter where I can actually hand out my pamphlet in terms of domestic violence prevention assurance, and they said no. So I met the guy who had the power to do it and say yes. He said to me, no, I'm sorry, I didn't come back to you, but I did present it, and they said no. I said, so the whole symposium is on dealing with a problem. You're not interested in solutions. So but we're not affected by it because we must continue the work. That's why, in real terms, I never made anything public. This is the first step I'm taking to publicize the features that I'm doing in terms of now the complete feature. I used to make people aware that this is available, that's available, but now the full content of the plan is now available, alhamdulillah, and it's open now for people to participate, inshallah, in order to receive the mercy of Allah, to receive the blessings that Allah Ta'ala has available for people to do good. One must remember that Allah will not destroy a people unless there is somebody that calls toward the truth. If nobody calls towards the truth and they still all follow that same kind of pattern of mass kind of negativity, then this destruction will come. May Allah protect us, inshallah. So I'm leaving you with these thoughts because of the new domestic violence prevention assurance. Now remember, it's not domestic violence protection. No, it's prevention before it happens. It's not about dealing with it and when the thing already happens. No, it's about preventing it and building the family in all its ways. This is my granddaughter starting with the creative work. This hour of the morning, wake up as she just woke up now. I'm confident that those and from the Quranic perspective is like if you join with the few that are sincere, the Creator sends the angels to assist. And there's a question in the Quran: how many times did a small group not overpower a large group? It's just so interesting. If you believe in the masses, then it's a kind of a shirk. It's a kind of a putting your trust in the masses, putting your trust in government, putting your trust in money, other than your trust in Allah and the goodness that exists amongst you. So marginalization is actually an evil. It's a destructive feature, and one must try to open oneself up to support that which people are trying to do, which is good. And in other words, put your money where your mouth is, bottom line, or put your shoulder to the wheel. I hope, inshallah, it does help anyone to help those who are marginalizers, encourage people to come on board and to assist so that we can really prepare ourselves for progress and for growth instead of waiting for other people to do the work for us while we sit and we go to, satisfy ourselves. I mean, there's a hadith, there's a Quranic ayah relating to that we mustn't spend our wealth amongst our own family. We must trade with other people, make business with people, and spread that barakah and support people. So I hope, inshallah, this will be a helpful little document or little video, inshallah, of 15 minutes. And may this 15 minutes change many lives, inshallah, and bring the blessings of Allah to us in the work that we're trying to do. And we're going to be challenged, but we just have to press on, inshallah. All the best. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All the best, inshallah.